this is Celeste and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you some cards I made using the Hero Arts May of 2019 monthly hero kit. And the theme this month is all crafty things. So there's the stamps and then the coordinating cutting dies plus a detailed yarn heart. The kit also came with some really cool sparkly purple embossing powder, some purple tape, and some clothespins, which I haven't used yet, and some embossing ink. And then for the add-ons this month, I got the Crafty Messages stamp. And I actually use this one quite a bit in my cards. So the first card I made using the kit, I used the yarn cutting die. And I really kept my cards this month very clean and simple. I think this kit actually lends itself to some really cool, clean and simple cards. So all I did with this one is I cut out the die with pink paper and I used brown paper to cut out the knitting needles that come with the kit. And then the Do What You Love is from the add-on Crafty Messages. So what I did, I took the inside of the heart and made this next card with it. So after I die cut it, these very kindly, all of the inside very kindly stuck to my cutting plate. So I took a piece of cut and or press and seal and put it down on top of it to pick up all the pieces. And then I was able to just add the glue to the back and smack it down on my paper to make a to keep the heart in shape. And then I used. So I die cut the heart out of the top layer of paper, and I used a stitch cutting die to cut out the rectangle top. And the Your Heart and My Heart Are Very Old Friends is from a Unity stamp set called Your Heart and My Heart. So I thought that went really well with the little knit heart. So the next card I made, I used the new inks from Catherine Pooler's collection. This is the Sage and this is the Lemongrass. And I basically ink smooshed them. And then I mixed the Sage ink with the sparkly watercolors from Kuretake. And I used that to do the ink splashing. And so I don't know if it picks it up in the video, but it has some shimmer to it. And then I used the new 4 inks from Catherine Pooler's line to fill my card artist palette plus the black. And you make this world beautiful. So the next card I have is probably actually my busiest card I made with the kit. We put all of our heart and soul into making cards for the people we love. And so this card represents that. So I've got the card cut out and I actually popped that up on foam. You can sort of see that there. And then I stamped down all of the elements. So all the things we use to make cards and put our heart and soul into all the cards we make. And then all of that equals the heart for the person who inspired us to make the card in the first place. So my next card is my silly card for the month. So I was in a goofy mood when I made this one. And I said, well, I've got this glue. And the artist palette is sort of nose-shaped if you think sort of a, Kilroy or Far Side or cartoon-like nose. And so I stamped part of the artist palette down and did the glue in the little line so it's like sniffing glue. And then craftiness is happiness. Now, the funny thing about this card is I showed it to some friends and I got some interesting feedback as to what my nose looked like, and you can form your own opinion, but it was anything from a boob to an olive to a frog egg, and it just went downhill from there. So perhaps if I did this card over, I would draw in the nose, but I still think it's really funny, and I have friends with a good sense of humor that I could send it to. So this card here was inspired by my dad. My dad is a woodworker. He makes all kinds of amazing things. He made my ink storage units for all of my ink, and they're truly amazing and beautiful. So when life gives you hands, make handmade. And then I just kept it simple. And I put a ruler and the pencil because, these are the things my dad would use to make his things. The next card is, you can't have small stamps and not use the Gina K Wreath Builder templates. So I used my Gina K Wreath Builder templates and stamped out all of the thread. And then I colored it in with rainbow colors. And then I found buttons in my stash and added those on to make the rainbow even more. So the next one uses the beautiful, beautiful sparkly embossing powder that comes in the kit. This is glittery embossing powder, and I haven't had a whole lot of luck with glittery embossing powder and fine line stamps. Most of the stamps in the kit are fine line stamps. So what I did was Versamarked up just a panel of paper and poured the embossing powder all over it, and then I just trimmed it down into strips. So I have these 2 big fat strips, and then I have 2 skinnier strips that are going down the sides. And then I just stamped elements from the kit in the inside in the open areas from the strips. Initially, I have you can see the craftiness is, the crafty friends are the best of friends is raised up on foam tape, and I actually think it does look better this way. Initially, I had that stamped just in between the 2 strips, but when I was stamping this, I'm not sure how it happened, but a big gob of ink got over here. So to salvage it, I popped it up on foam tape, and it's one of those happy mistakes because I actually think it looks better this way. Okay, my next card is using the washi tape stamp element. So I stamped them out and colored them in, and then I used the ink that I colored the washi tapes in with, and I inked up 1/4-inch strips of paper and just had them going across the paper like they were the tape getting laid down. I realized that the washi tape does have spots on it, and my stripes do not have spots on it, but I knew that would just lead to heartache, so I didn't go there. I think this looks much cleaner and simpler, and it came out better than if I'd tried to actually put the dots on the tape too. So, and then I stamped the Crafty Life is a Happy Life on this one. So the next one, I used the fountain pen and the paintbrush, stamped them out and colored them in. I actually used my sparkle pens on them, though you can't really see it in the video. And then I just took the marker that went with the ink here and swirled it out, and then I did the same thing with a black fine line marker for the fountain pen, and make stuff and be happy. So we can create and we can be a beautiful mess right there. So this card here is the epitome of clean and simple. I took a ruler and just made dashed lines with my fine line black marker across the card, and then I stamped, colored, and die cut out the scissors and added them to the layers and make stuff and be happy. So I really like that sentiment. And my last card for now was inspired by a friend of mine who is a very enthusiastic cross stitcher. She actually has her own YouTube channel called The Gable Stitcher, and if you're a big cross stitch fan, she is wonderful and has she does amazing things. But she inspired me to make this one, and basically what I did was I took this cutting die. I think this is from Cat Scrapness, but I am not 100% sure. And I die cut out all of my little crosses. It did take a little while, but I think it was worth it. And then I used a circle cutting die to cut out the actual, all of the crosses that were cut out, so it kind of looked like a cross stitch fabric, figuratively speaking. And then I took a butterfly cutting die, cut that out, and used the thread and needle from the kit. And what I did with this is I stamped it in the red, and I cleaned off my stamp, and I used my Versamark marker and just used it to ink up the needle, and then I was able to use silver embossing powder on the needle to make it look like a needle. So, and then I had a couple, actually used some beads as my decorative enhancements on this one here. So anyway, those are the cards I have made for the kit so far. I've actually really enjoyed this kit. I wasn't sure because, again, like I said, I am the crafty friend. I don't have a lot of super crafty friends, but I have very much enjoyed making these cards, and I don't think I'm done yet. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.